how many years old roughly would this place be, and how many people maybe lived here?
I can say probably around 5,000 people.
Wow.
That's easily, we can count it, every houses, every house like this. 5,000 more or less, we can say people was living here. And the name of this city was Gorgoli from Byzantine Orthodox time.
Wow.
And we can talk about, we are on the Silk Road and we have a invasion, like Sasani invasion. There are just cross to Silk Road and there are pick up to all the dear things. So the people there are start to carving under the ground city.
Really?
So all under of Cappadocia, we have 250 under the ground cities or village. There are all contact with the under the ground tunnels, each other.
Amazing. And where would they get like their water, and what did they eat? Like, you know?
For water is very easy, I can say. Just close here we had a natural lake. After there are make a bore more water, so there are make barrage. But under the groundwater we have here, we can say the second biggest Obruk, where you can have most richest mineral water is just under here. When you go somewhere deeper, like minimum 30 or maximum 70 or 90 meters deeper, you can have drinkable water here.
Wow.
All
Amazing.
around here.
Can you imagine living here over 1,000 years ago and making fire? And one thing I learned about Turkey that was a big surprise for me was you get winter, you get snow. You showed me pictures, and my imagination of Turkey was desert and hot. Yeah, most people
They are thinking like
Yeah.
this because we have border with the Arabian countries.
Yeah.
But you can see in one day for different weather here. Snow, raining, sunny, like low time, spring. In one day you can live all of this.
And the last person to live here, I think you told me 1923?
Three, yeah, with the trade of Lausanne there are exchange. The people of here.
Yep.
All the Christian that are out of the country, all the Muslim that are come back from the Balkan side. Because our grandparent that was living during 3-4 century in Balkan side with the trade of Lausanne, after the first war of the world, there are exchange of population.
Wow.
With Republic of Turkey.
And there would be a church here, and
Of course,
like almost,
everything's church, chapel, old-fashioned houses like carved houses. There are us living, for example, this is a house meaning time.
this is a house behind us.
But like 3 century ago,
Yeah.
which house there are don't need or getting more older, there are make new houses. So when there are abandoned, this is an example of this. There are make small niche in the houses for the keep the pigeon, because there are need the pigeons sit there for fertilization the land, for have
Yep.
the most tasty vegetables here.
Yeah. Yesterday I did a video, and I asked you what the holes were in the cabin.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard that, but it's for pigeons. They would
Exactly.
eat the pigeons, fertilize with the poop, and the third thing was communication
And the eggs.
and the eggs.
For make the nice fresco.
Yeah.
Also, for make the building too, there are use the yellow part of the eggs for, how you say, calling the stone by stone. You can mix it with the land, and you can boil it new houses. And the white part, you can use with the, you can make the natural colors with the herbals. You can mix it, make frescoes, and that's keep like century and century. But we see just from here, the frescoes are from 11th, 12th century.
Wow. Unbelievable. And so when the people in 1920 something, they left here, the government moved them and they built like normal houses in the city. Wow.
Yeah.
To me, it's hard to believe that something so old and natural and beautiful is uninhabited. We're the only ones here, you know? It's a part of Turkey that probably many people do not see.
Many places we have like this, and really secret. Many people there don't know, don't have any information about here or like these places, because most people there are prefers to living city side because it's easy life for them. There's a school, work area, and there's a electricity, all necessary of them. But here, no electricity, no tube water, no nothing. This is just natural places.
Yeah. What I've noticed on the way in, we went through a village similar to this, and it was green and yellow. this one's more gray and pinkish color, you know?
Because have different volcan to fit. This
Yeah.
give the different color. Someone that's different minerals, like to fit cob, basalt, or cal. So this give the different colors of them.
And in the wintertime, with all the fires and the snow, I guess they would depend on the natural draft of the smoke to go up the top. That's why there's holes
course,
in the top.
There are have chimneys inside that are make the fire and for heating the home and for cooking.
Yeah, yeah.
Multifunction of everything.
Incredible. Yeah, I know people who are watching the videos can't believe the diversity, the different everything in Turkey. One day I'm on the coast and it's cement and beautiful statues and pillars. 2 days later, I'm in the middle of nowhere, similar to a little bit like North American landscape with pine trees and mountains.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, I drive 2 hours and I'm
Different
just
world.
what?
Really different world.
Yeah, and you laughed when I said I was gonna stay one day, and I've been here
Yeah,
five.
you understand now why I was laughing to you.
I'm staying 5 days, and I'm definitely staying 3 more. And I've decided basically that this to me is the highlight of my Turkey. I wanted to stay someplace during my time here, pick a spot, and really immerse myself in the culture. And meeting someone like you has shown me so many things. Thank you so much.
Thank you too, and
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to
Yeah.
meet world people like you.
Yeah, and
It's a pleasure for me.
and
And
the
you see
same.
all around the world, and
Mhm.
you decorate amazing things, and you show all the world people, so there are, can be curious and to come back here.
Yeah, yeah. If it's like we said earlier, one of my favorite things is when people say, "I never imagined that Turkey was so beautiful," and it's like that in every country. My imagination of Turkey from the news was scary, and
Yes,
people
it's
told me
always.
don't
That's
go,
politics speak, yeah,
and
always.
you know, people have been so good with me in every country, but Turkey, there's something. Men come up to me in town and they'll go,
And
they, hi.
Really, thank you to you because you make the cleaning of the
Yes.
mind of the people. That's very important. Most people that are say, "Oh, don't go there. That's dangerous. Don't go this. Don't do this."
Yeah.
So you give different vision to all the world people
Yeah,
like
it's
this.
it,
I'm
we-
really glad to meet people like
yeah.
you.
And we all have ideas and we share things we've learned. And the last few nights at your hotel, I've met people from Pakistan, Germany, all over the world.
From
And
Netherlands, from Great,
Yeah.
from all around the world.
dancing on the streets
this
and I was going to talk about this later at your hotel, but in the morning when I see all the gentlemen coming into town and the village is coming alive, and I see grown men, big farming strong men,
Yeah.
hugging each other.
Really strong
I
man.
saw your friends tell them they love you when they say goodbye, and that's something in North America that's not. I'm not saying it's not acceptable. It's just not as prevalent.
In
or we don't-
generally, we are talking.
yeah, and I think it's just because the generation to generation has taught each other to be kind, and the world has lost that. And it's funny because, and this is a good point, in my mind as a child, a kid, growing up in North America, I thought that this part of Middle East would be the ones that were cruel to each other, because you see the news and terrorism, and you associate that with the Middle East. And we have switched. I believe that the generation here and the kids by the fire were asking me to, "Here, mister, have a blanket. Look at the fire." It's the total opposite to what I ever imagined, and I really like it. Yeah. So
You know, most time media want to sell it the news.
True.
So for sell it the news, good news, nobody worry.
It's
if
true.
there's a bad news, everybody worry about it.
true.
There are follow them.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
where is the good news?
yeah, there's no good news stations.
You give the good news.
Yes,
You
it's true.
traveled all the world. So
Yeah, it's true.
Really, you are a big man for me. Very
Yeah.
big man.
Well,
Big
thank you,
man.
and I'm glad you took me here. And so now we're gonna do more at the hotel, but we're gonna go in the cave. I've got the GoPro on my head. If my boots won't work, you said that you
Yeah.
wear
All
them.
right.
So we're gonna go in the cave, and we'll get back to you. See you in a bit.
All right.
That's good. Perfect. That was a good talk. Yeah. Very good.